Right, this is another edition, another entry in First Readings, in which I read a poem for the first time by a poet I don't know or know very little about. And I just read it for the sheer joy of reading it, not to read it like a teacher, not to analyze it, overanalyze it, to come back to it. I might read it totally differently another time. I'm just reading for the sheer joy of reading. Perhaps there's no reason to listen to it. This is in Briars Lit, brierslit.wordpress.com. Briars Lit, Joshua Lipson. In the Gear Room. I don't know Joshua Lipson at all. Sorry, Joshua. And I always like to start by looking at the form of a poem before I read it. This one looks fairly, classic, open form, or what some people call free verse. The lines vary quite a bit in here. They're short. Seize all the levers. They feel very command-like. So we'll go with that. I kind of think, and this is not true in all cases, but shorter line poems don't tend to be that kind of I was going to say heavy, deep philosophy, but that's not always true. I tend to think they get to the point and are less rambly in their philosophy, perhaps. But who knows? Seize all the levers, and the world will never be the same in any measure. Hallelujah. Well, I think I didn't do justice to that stanza. It's very much command energy. I didn't read it with energy because it's the first read, but I think it's there. Seize all the levers and the world will never be the same in any measure. Hallelujah. All right, a little bit better. Nice sounds, very command-like, very strong. I feel like it's poetry in your face right off the bat. And it's political in a kind of quirky way. Seize all the levers and the world will never be the same. Like which levers? The name of this poem is In the Gear Room. What gear room if we could be in the gear room of life would this would be what we're talking about? I'm not sure. Seize all the levers. And the world will never be the same in any measure. No, it probably wouldn't be. If I spoke of wheels, I like the shift. We're still with gear, but we're shifting to an I here. If I spoke of wheels and the circuit of their satellites, would you? And there's no comma here after satellites, so it's like if I spoke of wheels and their satellites, would you what? Would you speak of wheels too in the circuit of their satellites, or would you listen? Would you what? It's left open here. But do you believe that I exist? I don't know. I like the questioning here of the poem, of the speaker. Like, do I believe that the speaker exists? I don't know. I will go with it for the fiction of it. Or is it speaking to a specific you? I blasted my virginity to the stars, losing myself in the filigreed folds of the boiler room. And here we're in like a very personalized situation in this boiler room, and we're not sure what the boiler room is. Is it life? Is it some specific place? But there's virginity being blasted to the stars in that room. So we went from, all the levers of the world to somebody's specific virginity, and it's there, being blasted. With the humming eternity of this electric closet, I fling myself at you. I love the energy of these lines. The short lines help with it, but this electric closet, it's such like strong stress in here. It really works well with these C's thrown in there. And sometimes I just get bogged down in the sound of a line, especially when I first read a poem. This one, I just like the sound of this. With the humming eternity of this electric closet, I fling myself at you, share in my pathological extroversion. I'm not sure what humming closet this is. Maybe it's the poem itself being flung at us with its gears, whatever the gears of a poem might be thrown at us. Maybe the gears of the poet's brain being thrown at us here, or a mind being thrown at us. Or somehow of the world. Whatever it is, sharing my pathological extroversion, it's sharing this with us as a reader or a specific you being shared this way. I promise you can have it all. All of what? The pathological extroversion? Great. Let us wrench the drawers out of the cabinet and sample every trimmer. We have this closet that's being flung at us from the last stanza, and it's got drawers and cabinets, and pull it out. There's lots of interesting shifts in whatever gears here are. Like in this gear room, the room is inside the boat's head because the image keeps changing slightly from levers and boiler room to the closet to a cabinet. It's all there. They all seem to have gears in themselves. And they're being thrown at us as a reader for us to have. Heart shake my blood, temple burn, Ignis, gears turn. And it's left open at the end. Heart shake my blood, temple burn, igneous, gears turn. I like the sound of this. Temple burn, heart shake is very much like a strong call here at the end. But then it's left completely open with gears turn, so there's a lot of energy here in this poem. I'm not sure what. At the end, I pull out of it. Specifically, I like what's going on here. I like the images. I like how they shift. I like the sound of it. I'd be interested to read this, more of this poet's work, to see how it plays. It feels like there's a brain being splayed open on a page for us to do something with, and that in itself, I think, is exciting. So, interesting work. I'd like to read more of it.